Welcome back to the How to Play videos for D-Day at Omaha Beach. In this video I'm going to discuss the setup phase for the third scenario, Beyond the Beaches. So the first thing we need to do is start a new game. So go to the File menu, click on New. Here's our three scenarios. We want Beyond the Beaches, of course. We have some game options, improved German reaction, which is also an option for the other scenarios. It means Kampfgruppe Myers immediately joins the mobile units and mobile depth marker pools. So that means essentially 8 more units are added to the divisional reinforcement pool and 4 mobile markers are added to the mobile depth pool. So we'll select that. We can also play of German armor, which means once the tactical pool is exhausted, if the first random event in the second random event phase, if it's a German reinforcement event, German armor unit will be taken instead. And this is something of my own that I added to the game, which gives U.S. armor free actions. Probably not a big deal for this scenario. I wouldn't, and we'll just ignore that. So hit play to start. So a very important thing is the game save folder. The game is saved at the start of the German event phase and at the start of the U.S. action phase. Every turn automatically, and the names are always the same for each turn. It's just the choice is what folder to put it in. Okay, so after we clear that message, it's going to give us a chance to change the current game save folder. Right now it's just telling you that the game will be saved to the DDOB save folder of game 2. If there's already a game in there, any turns that have the same name will be overwritten. We can also pick a different one, or in this case we probably want to make a new folder underneath the DOB, so we'll click on that and then click on make new folder, and we'll cleverly call that game 4. And okay. So what you're going to see is this unit selector box that has the U.S. units that have some choice of where to set up. And there's basically 3 kinds of units. There's units that will set up in the east sector, units that will set up in the west sector, and then units that are placed in the beach boxes. We'd like to see our entire map, so I right-clicked and it's a blank area of the map to bring up the full-scale map. And we can see our selector box is kind of huge compared to the map screen. So what you can do, the selector window has to have the focus, which you can do by clicking on a unit. Then if you hit the space bar, you can toggle between a big and small window. Okay, so currently the first tank unit for the east sector is selected. You can tell where it's going by the text in red along the bottom of the counter. Also the map, there'll be once the unit is selected, there'll be boxes on the map showing the legal setup hexes for that unit. You do want to very carefully consider about where you're putting units. You're basically trying to set up your first turn attacks, and future gameplay is all going to be very dependent on this setup. So you do want to put some thought into this, but since this is just a demonstration, I'm just going to try to get through this as quickly as possible. So normal stacking limitations apply. As soon as so a unit was selected, I clicked on a box. The unit is placed there. Kind of like to make that a little bit bigger now. And we'll go on to the next unit and put it there. Okay, now we have a west unit. I'm going to put it there. Scroll the box, get some more units. Ooh, a 4-factor tank. We do like 4-factor tanks. Put it with the other tank. Tank stacking is kind of nice in that they can barrage the same target then for the cost of one action. And since the odds aren't very good with dispersing a unit by tank barrage, it's you might as well use 2 at a time. So we keep on placing. We got one of these artillery units, which are pretty useless except for getting a victory point when we get them up on the high ground. So we want to park them someplace relatively safe, but close to a draw we're going to clear early in the game. Who else do? Okay. So these anti-aircraft guns, I like to stick them right in the face of the units I'll be attacking. So when I attack an infantry unit, it can combine with them. Okay. Oh, I love our self-propelled artillery. It's one of your better chances of being used. So I'm going to put it there with the intention of probably bring this headquarters down so it can command it and an adjacent infantry unit. And so what do we have? Okay, so that's all our beach units actually. Now I have these units that say either 29 for first. That's our units that have to go in the beach landing boxes. At this point we could close, if you want to, for some reason you want to put anyone in the beach landing boxes, you could close here. Oops, I didn't get everyone. We don't really want to do that. We want to put some guys out on the beaches anyway. So we click on them. Once again, boxes show where it's legal to put them. And we'll just kind of put them without caring too much. If you're not happy with a placement, you can click on the unit on the map and it'll go back to into the box. So we're just, oops. So at some point you got to start searching for people you've missed. Looking either for the 29th or 1st Division text on the bottom of the counter. If they have a hex number, they've been set up. Oops, there's the units we missed. Okay. So that's everyone. Let's put that guy back and try to close the unit selector box. Alright, tells us we have a unit we have in place, so we have to go find them. So west. Okay, let's put an infantry back in the box and see if we can close the unit selector box now. Okay, and this tells us we have one unit we didn't place and it would be delayed to turn 18. We don't really want to do that, so we'll go back and find them. And now we should be able to close. Okay, so immediately goes to the landing phase. As usual, we're told landing results, including any results of any mine explosions, which happily we don't. And then we go into the event phase, and that's where we'll end this tutorial.